Hey guys, welcome back to UK Highland Photography. I'm Strober and today we're going to be talking about trolls on the internet. I had a situation only yesterday where a certain individual asked a question and I gave him the perfect answer, and then for some unknown reason he goes on to attack me on the Facebook group. Now the thing is, this person didn't know that I'm actually the Facebook administrator, so I quickly told that person to leave my group, and that's exactly what happened. That person left my group and he will never attack another member on my group ever again. So this brings me to making this video. It's all about photographers dealing with trolls. So let's begin. So how can a troll affect a photographer on a forum? Let me give you an example. Let's say that you've taken the most perfect landscape photograph you've ever taken in your entire life. Let's say you're so pleased, you're so filled of joy with regards to this photograph it is that you have manufactured. Now let's say you upload that photograph onto a forum and you say, hey guys, guess what, I took this stunning image today, I totally love it, I don't think I could have done any better. And then you submit that into the forum with the actual photograph itself. Now let's say that you've seen somebody's replied back to you. Naturally, as photographers, we would like to see that be positive feedback, such as like, well done, congratulations, I love that photograph, you're awesome, I wish I could take photographs like you. However, there's times when we'll have the opposite effect and we will see stuff such as somebody writing back, why have you not unsharpened that photograph in Photoshop? Your highlights are blowing out. Your composition is very poor. I think you should learn how to shoot a camera before you forward photographs like this of low quality onto this forum. You see what I mean, guys? Now, the thing is, that's called trolling. That's someone that is being a troll. It's not constructive criticism. Right? Let me explain this, right? Constructive criticism is where somebody will perhaps give you information that you may not want to hear, but they will also give you information on how to achieve to the next level. So for example, somebody would say, oh, your composition is a bit poor there. Have you ever thought about working with the rule of the thirds? You see what I mean? That's information you may not want to hear. You may not like somebody talking about your composition. However, they've backed up their proposal to you with a solution. The solution being the rules of the third to help you with composition. However, trolls don't work like that. Trolls intend to just hurt people right from the very start. So in that case of this example, the guy replying back saying your composition's poor, you know, you need to learn how to use a camera, that is a complete and utter insult. Okay, that is trolling at its best. It's also a form of bullying, and it's basically designed to destroy your confidence. That's why these guys do it. They want to destroy your confidence and demotivate you from what it is you love doing. So let's move on. How can you identify trolls when you're on forums or Facebook groups or any form of community that you may be active on? From my experience, this is how I identify trolls. First of all, when you post a new thread, okay, work out if it's the troll's intention to hijack your thread, because a lot of trolls tend to take a brand new thread that's recently been posted and hijack it. That means they try and make that thread all about them as opposed to all about your original post. Okay, they normally let me just find this. They normally go off topic as well. So if you were talking about, you know, landscape photography, in this example, above example, we're talking about a landscape photo. If you're talking about the landscape photo and then all of a sudden they start going off topic, talking about aspects of your personal life which is totally irrelevant to, you know, the photograph, then that's the troll. That's the troll trying to take you away in order to try and bully you online. Another way you can spot trolls very, very soon is the simple fact they will be unfriendly. Okay, so this means they're going to start talking to other people as mate, but when they're talking to you, they never use the term mate because you're not their mate. In fact, you're actually the victim. Okay, so that's another way you can look. Just look for unfriendly signs of people being unfriendly. Okay. And they will also look for people to back them up. So if, again, going back to the whole mate thing, if you've posted something about landscape and they've said, oh, you're awful, your conversation's appalling, they're normally going to wait for someone else to comment in order to try and back them up. So somebody might comment and say, well, hang on, I actually think his conversation is pretty good. This is the kind of person the troll doesn't want to associate with. Instead, they're looking for someone to turn around and go, yeah, I totally agree with such and such. Your conversation needs a lot of work on. If I was you, I would take his advice and go learn how to use the camera. So there's the troll's buddy. You see what I'm saying there? You've now got two trolls. That's what you've got, because you've got two people trying to work on destroying your confidence as a photographer. Remember, there's a massive difference between constructive criticism and trolling. Constructive criticism is helpful because it provides you with information that backs up their comments. Trolling has nothing to back it up. It's only designed to hurt you. Moving on, so how can you deal with trolls? Good question. Let's begin. First of all, I know this is hard to do. The first thing you try and do is don't get angry. Okay, don't get angry. If you find yourself getting angry, take a good breath, exhale, relax. Make sure you're using this to bring this feeling all under control, right? This is what I personally do with trolls. Reply to them a maximum of 2 times. Remember, a troll is looking to engage you in conversation. They want you to spend hours talking to them because they really want to get right inside your heart and really hurt you. Don't allow them to do that. Give them a maximum of 2 replies. The first reply, acknowledging that you've seen their intended comment, which we both know was intended to hurt you. So acknowledge you can see that, but at the same time be like, hey, you know, I'm man enough to take it. And then if they reply back to that one, make sure your second reply is your last reply. Okay? Say this wherever you want and then just leave it. And what you will find is the troll will be like, what's going on? Why is he not replying back to me? And then the troll will find that somebody else has came along and replied back to the troll instead of replying back to you. You see what I'm saying, guys? As a matter of fact, what I used to do on the forums was I would give 2 replies and then I would go off and I would start an entirely brand new thread. I would start a brand new thread. And what this done is it tricked the troll. So the troll thought that when they seen, oh, Strober is updated on this thread, they thought that I had replied back to them on the thread I started beforehand, but I did not. I'd started a new thread. So when they clicked on there and seen there was a brand new thread, I was wasting their time. Well, how can they reply on a new thread to something that's been previously discussed in another thread? Remember, people who troll, they don't want to actually be seen like they're trolling. So if they comment on a new thread, then it's going to be obvious to admin that they are in fact trolling. So that's what I used to do. Start a new thread and just move on and leave them to the old thread. When that settles down, go back. Another thing you can do is basically report them to the moderators. You send a nice email to the moderator, say, look, I think this guy's trying to troll me, can you keep an eye on him and stuff. And you'll find that most moderators will do exactly that. They'll monitor him. Because moderators may be like, well, if he's doing it to this person, he's going to be doing it to another person. So they'll keep an eye on them for you, so you don't have to worry about the troll. Let the moderators worry about the troll. And then another thing you can do is the block button. There's nothing worse that annoys trolls than instantly being in conversation with them and then you block him. For example, that incident I had yesterday where the guy, was giving me, threats via email, I made sure I had the last say and then I blocked him. Now, I can tell you for the rest of the day, I thought it was very funny. However, I know the troll is sat behind his computer very angry that he can no longer communicate with me. You see what I'm saying, guys? It's just like you've just got to switch off on them and just go on with your natural life, live it off. And the thing is, the conclusion is, don't listen to trolls. Listen to constructive criticism. But remember, constructive criticism is backed up with additional information that's going to help you. Trolling is not. Trolling is just designed to insult you. So my conclusion is, if you ever come up against a troll on a photography forum or Facebook group, simply switch off the computer, take your camera, go outside and make a new photograph. Let the troll sit behind the computer and do what they do best. You're the photographer. Get out there and manufacture brand new images. And I can tell you this as well, trolls don't like it when they see you're giving them no reaction and instead you're uploading photograph after photograph after photograph. Again, trolls hate this because they've got no reason to live if you're not listening to them. Right guys, thank you for watching the video and I'll see you all later.